Hey, hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to the Done Creative Live. Nope, Harmony Portal Tarot Live. Old habits die hard. Oh my goodness. I think I got it the last few times, but nope. Right as I said it, I'm like, that's not the name of this channel anymore. It's kind of sad in a way, but kind of exciting in another way. How is everybody? I missed you on Friday. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend and week since I've seen you. It's been a whole week. How is everybody? Jesse's here. Amber's here. Hello. Oh, my husband's texting me from downstairs. I did not. That answers question. Okay. So, full moon. Anyone else feeling the full moon vibes? Maybe I'll put up a poll. Let's see. We'll do a poll. Let's see. Ooh, we can do Q&A now. How fun. Okay. Let's see. Are you in your feels this full moon? Question mark? Or no? Asking the community. We're gonna find out. Alrighty then. So I'll allow you to vote in that if you and hid my chat. Let me get back to my chat. Going through a lot. Oh, yeah, just feeling emotional. Highs, lows, anything in between. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot of what I keep thinking or considering collective energy. It's not even really my energy. Yeah, and the full moon, it does look so bright and beautiful. I just spotted out my sliding glass door. I'm all like, yes. And the full moon is happening in Western Gemini, but Vedic Taurus. The fun fact, if you actually look up in the sky right now, the actual live real fullness of the moon is happening in 4 minutes. It's going to be its fullest in 4 minutes. But actually take your eye and look. Sky this way, but we're sick. Okay, yes. You can clearly see that it's in the constellation of Taurus. That is why I adore Vedic or sidereal astrology, because it tells you exactly where that planet is. It is also conjunct Mars, so there's a lot of maybe violence and anger that could be associated with this full moon as well. But yeah, if you take your eyes and look up in the sky, you can clearly see what stars you can see, because the full moon kind of dulls the light of the other stars surrounding it, but you can clearly see it's in the constellation of Taurus right now. So yeah, Western tropical astrology is fixed to the date. So it's fixed, Aries will start on, oh, don't quote me, is it April 15th? Someone let me know if I'm wrong. I don't follow Western so much. It's more the Vedic placements that I know really well. But every 72 years that goes by, Vedic astrology, which is fixed literally to the stars, and Western astrology, which is fixed to a date, is going to get farther and farther and farther away from themselves. A degree every 72 years. They're already 23, almost 24 degrees apart currently, and they're just going to keep getting farther apart. And Western astrology, 300, 400, 800 years from now is just going to be way less relevant than, 6,000-year-old Vedic / serial astrology that is fixed to the star. The date can change all at once. It's fixed to the star. Get out on my dying breath. That's why I really resonate with my Vedic chart a lot more than my Western chart. Not that my Western chart is wrong. I mean, I can see a lot of things, but it's scary how accurate my Vedic chart is. It's just scary, but in a good way. So yes, this full moon is happening in the sign of Taurus, like I said, and Mars is exactly conjunct in about, let's see, 2 minutes from now. Mars is exactly conjunct, so it might be very difficult, but you can see that red planet of Mars, maybe, quite possibly. It's kind of cloudy and overcast, so I couldn't see Mars, but I could see the moon peeking through my door, my sliding door, before the live stream here. If you have guys, maybe you can the planet of Mars out there as well. And yeah, it's a lot. So Mars involved with the moon action, it can be momentum, it can be, moon and Mars conjunction could really be a good thing for making money. So there might be some money making endeavors coming out right now. Oh, you saw a star right next to it, like right under it, maybe. Yeah, that might be Mars. Yeah, especially if it's kind of got a red look to it. But yet, at the same time, Aldebaran is in Taurus, which is also a red star. So you might need like an app that tells you what you're looking at exactly. But yeah, Saturn and Jupiter and Venus are probably the easiest planets to see and know what they are. At least for me, Mars can be. I don't even recall if Mars is clearly visible. I can't tell, but they call it the red planet. Yes, so let's see what we need to know, our little collective here watching now and on the replay. What do we need to know? And so far, we only have one donation from the wonderful Jessie, aka Hasui. So we are going to dive into that after our collective reading. And it might be a short live stream, it might be longer if someone else donates and keeps the momentum going. But let's see what Jessie needs to know after our collective reading. So before the full moon, ooh, look at this chaotic energy. Moon and Mars, anyone? Yes. So we are feeling just chaotic, maybe even within ourselves. Emotions are chaotic, or just our thoughts are chaotic. Mars on your mind can also be like blowing up at your family, or thankfully I haven't done that yet. I've been really careful to just not snap and yell. Like when the kids came in and just threw all their stuff on the floor, instead of putting it away, I was like, hello, let's put those away instead of, ah! Yeah. So, just feeling short, feeling a little snippy, a little snappy, or others, kind of coming at you that way could also be a thing. And this might last another, 3 days or so. These full moons don't just hard stop the day the full moon's over. They usually ebb out. And of course, we might even feel these effects through toward the new moon, but usually by that week point between, a week after the full moon and a week before the new moon, those energies usually are pretty well died down. So this should just cover the next, 3 days or so for us, energetically speaking. But it can't all be bad. So what else is coming in hot? Let's see. We have here the Page of Wands. Look at that. Yeah, so yes, we're feeling maybe a little short, a little chaotic, a lot going on mentally, quite possibly. But at the same time, in all of that chaos, there are some gems of good ideas and just new energy, new opportunities coming in, or the opportunity to take on a new endeavor or go in a new direction. This could even be creative, maybe even dealing with someone in your life that's younger than you, could be your own child. They don't necessarily have to be a fire sign, but they could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, that you are maybe even getting caught up with, snapping at or getting snapped at from. Could even be a sibling kind of energy. What else do we need to know? All right. Ooh, look, our hard work is paying off. So something that we have done in the past, it could be past karma coming back to, pay us a good reward, or snapping your daughter for sure. Yeah, it happens. So don't feel like a bad parent. It happens. And, a lot of times if I do that, because I'm human too, I do that sometimes. So I'll tell my kids, earlier when I was like, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm human, I didn't mean it like that, this is what I meant. And that I think will help, instead of, like my dad, he would just yell and then he would never bring it up again or apologize, and then you're just like walking on eggshells, just hoping that he's over it or he's better. I just don't ever want my kids to feel like that. So I make mistakes and then I admit when I make mistakes to them. So yeah, but hard work is paying off. So something, maybe something you put work or effort into, this could even be payouts like holiday bonuses or some sort of promotion or raise or job, coming full circle. There's a full circle moment during these next couple of days. So I got a whole bunch of new card decks, and I went and filmed this like 50-minute video of me unboxing and doing flip throughs of 5 of them, only 5 of them. But I was thinking, I had 3 cards displayed and then I'd change them out for 3 other cards. I wasn't going to talk the whole time. I was going to speed it up and everything. But now I'm just not feeling it. I don't know if I want to edit that and put it out. Like, I don't know. But I got 5 here. The other one in that stack of 5 I wasn't happiest with, so I'm probably not going to use it tonight. I love this one. I thought it was let's see. What do we need to know? Full moon vibes, any words of wisdom, advice, guidance. We have here perception. This person has in their sand. And this person, I can't English tonight. This ostrich has their head in the sand. So, with the perception here, he's looking around like, wow, it's dark and I'm all alone. No, that's not the reality of it. So a lot of us might be misconstruing or perceiving things differently than they actually are because maybe we're just not in a headspace right now to face some sort of reality. But by the end of these 3 days, we're going to see the light again, literally. So yeah, let's see. I want to get one from this deck as well. Yet another new deck. Just fun to bring these out. All right. What else do we need to know? And we have here, wow. So all of our senses are being asked to be re-examined in a way. We've got here perception and we've got hear. So at least our hearing and our sight. And it says, what am I listening for? And it's like, what is this guy listening for? What can he hear with all that sand in his ears? Like, what can he hear? That's a funny one, almost like a cat coming toward a pigeon, whereas the pigeon has its eyes closed and feeling safe in that feeling, right? Yeah, he won't be feeling safe when he's being carted off for dinner. But we're being asked, to really listen to our own. It's interesting because I wanted to say thoughts, and Spirit's like, well, wait a minute. We don't want to listen to all these thoughts because a lot of them are lies that our ego or just collective consciousness lies. These thoughts aren't even our thoughts. We think they are our thoughts. We think they are us because we are quote unquote thinking them. But a lot of times we are, that's a form of spiritual warfare, is us getting all these toxic thoughts and just wanting to slap ourselves. Like Jessie and I were talking earlier. She's like, I want to like yell at myself to get over it. And it's like, that, I don't know that that's you even saying that, but there's a lot of this going on because so many old timelines are collapsing and things are shifting very quickly. And it can be like what's that word? Like whiplash, like, gotta catch up. Then we also have here the Poppy card with Dream, and I'm gonna step up on my soapbox real quick because this is very important. Let me know, those of you who've been beta testing the whole no longer going to the dumpster fire of the astral realm. I've been setting that intention every single night since, what day was it? November. I have it written down somewhere. I think it's either November 3rd. Might have been November 3rd. I don't remember exactly, but I have it written down somewhere. The night I started connecting instead to the organic 5D matrix or beyond, because that leaves it open to, beyond 5D instead of just connecting to the astral realm. And that's not to say those of you who have dreamed, without setting any kind of intention up till now, that you only go to the astral realm. Not at all. You do go to these higher realms a lot of the time, but sometimes we end up in the astral realm. But when we set that intention before going to bed that we are going to just bypass, and this is not spiritually bypassing, this is just like, yeah, that's a whole dumpster fire I'm not willing to get involved in with the astral realm because it's in full collapse. It's in free fall right now. It's not a good time. But yeah, there's a lot going on in the dream state. You might wake up exhausted, even if you can't remember your dreams. There's just so much going on, so much processing happening. And if you can set some intentions, especially if you've just been having a lot of interrupted sleep or just not quality sleep, tossing and turning, a really busy mind, you can call on your higher self, guides, angels, all of that for help in calming your mind and allowing your body to get its proper rest, and even your consciousness to allow it to go where it is for its highest good while you are sleeping. Yeah, and even, invoking the energy of the poppy flower. You can eat poppy seed muffins or use poppy seeds in your rituals if that's something you do. But yeah, the energy of the poppy is very strong here. All right, let's get one more, and then we're gonna get into Jesse's question. Oh, you've been doing that daily, but lately my dreams are crazy again. Oh no. And that's very interesting you say that, because I'm just hearing hijack. Like, and it's very interesting because we would think, well, my free will should trump all this. Absolutely, it should. But there are a lot of entities that are not operating in, like, what's the word? Like, respecting our free will right now. And of course, when they consistently and even sometimes once, like, go against someone's free will, they're recycled back to source. They are giving up their, I guess, their own sovereignty, because they are intervening or overriding or hijacking other people's free will. And that's not allowed. And technically, this whole planet is being duped on a massive scale that is basically tricking us into overriding our own free will and giving what I'd call, I guess, uninformed consent by listening to, like, different media things and a lot of subliminal programming that's going on. We're kind of, it's like they're bypassing our free will by getting our subconscious consent without getting our conscious consent, which is technically not playing by the rules. But that's why a lot of us are here to change and shift that whole thing. And look at this. We've got here, share your gift with the raw energy. Look at that. I'm loving this so much. Yeah, this is about us shining that light. Oh, well, maybe that's why we are rejecting technology so badly. Yeah, Jesse and I, again, we're talking earlier today, and I'm just like, she's like, I don't even want to be on my phone. Like, and I'm like, same. Oh my gosh. Like, of course, I'm like fine to film my videos and get them uploaded and everything. But like, once that's done, like, YouTube just doesn't even have the appeal to me so much. I mean, there are certain things that I watch that I really enjoy. I haven't really even been watching many pick a card readings. And I know, like me, the pick a card reader, I used to watch quite a few of them, but like, I decided that I just need to not spend so much time projecting everything outward and, do more inner, like, work and inner searching, right? Oh, you also saw the darkness around me today when I tried to get to know why this is happening, almost as if it was in a different reality, very, very dark. Yeah, and a lot of times, we can get these dark attachments. And I know it sounds super scary, but this is just something that's been going on for all of us, like, since, lifetimes, millennia. Anytime we're incarnated on this planet, it just happens. Yeah, it's scary if we really think and go down that rabbit hole that, we could have dark energy, dark entities attached to us, infiltrated in our minds, in our bodies. There's a lot of, gotta be careful what I say over here or my feed might get cut, but, just a lot of things at play that we gave no permission or consent for, but they're happening. But every day, I will wake before I even get out of bed. A lot of times I will just say that anything that I did not give consent for that is operating in my body, I want it out. I am taking back control. I'm taking back, well, control is kind of a dirty word in and of itself, but I'm taking back my power. I'm taking back my own sovereignty over my decision-making ability and processes. And I say no to that, no to that, no to that, no to that. I rebuke all of that. And this is what I would like to do instead. And then I set my intentions. So that's a very powerful way you can use magic in your everyday life, by literally setting intentions and even saying out loud. And I know this is such a, like, new age faux pas, like, don't word things negatively because the universe doesn't understand the word no. I'm pretty sure that the universe is intelligent enough that it can understand when we don't want something, because the energy is a lot different when we say, oh, I don't want that, than it is when we say, I do want this. I mean, obviously, but the universe isn't dumb. I will just put it that way. That so if you are, and even like with the word release, like, I was really like freaking out about it for a while, and then I'm like, no, because my intention behind the word release has good intentions. I know what I mean when I say that, but I just, basically set an intention that any word that I use that has a different connotation, I'm taking back the sovereignty and the power of that word and making it what I am intending. So you're kind of casting your own spells, spelling words, spells. You're kind of casting your own spells by putting your own intentions behind things. So that's one way you can take your power back, is get all of that. Oh, Amy Lynn, your audio is back. I'm so glad. Yeah, it's never fun when you can't hear what's going on. Yeah. Oh, you set alarms on your phone with positive affirmations. Yeah, Jesse's really good at doing that. I remember when we'd hang out and your phone would go off and it'd be a really cute little like notification of like positivity. Like that's awesome. All right, so we're 20 minutes in. That means we are ready for our first question, which Jesse is our one and only. So is it going to be a one and done live stream? I don't know. Stay tuned to find out. Ooh, she's being cryptic. All right. So let's see. I'm going to get all these put back, and Jesse's going to go ahead and figure out what question she has. And we'll see if any other donations come in between now and then. Well, then meaning when I'm all done with Jesse's reading. And then we will get into that question if it comes through. Otherwise, I will bid you adieu. Hey, that rhymed. Look at that. Girl, just drop the mic. Anyone else like just so thirsty? I know I'm always thirsty, but like this is on a whole other level of thirsty. Oh my goodness. And not that kind of thirsty, people. No. Jesse's mind has been blown about something. What's going on, Jesse? My mind can't even make up a question. Oh no. Well, should we just leave it open to spirit and just see what needs to come through? Let me know. No worries, whatever's going on. Yep, okay, let's do that then. All right. What does Jessie need to know right now for her highest and greatest good? Ooh, talk about taking your power back and your sovereignty, claiming your sovereignty. Look at that. And it's very interesting because I'm really getting, I know this is a feminine energy, but the Hierophant is traditionally male. I'm getting like your father's energy coming in through this card. Even though this woman might look more like your mother than your father, obviously, but I'm really getting like your father's energy coming through. So I might have to pull out another deck I have over there for just any specific messages he has for you. All right. He says something about the heart, like living from the heart, but also taking care of your heart. And we've got that red. She's wearing the red here. So like red hearts. I don't know if there's some symbolism with red hearts specifically. But wow, now they're bringing out love. Look at the love. But this is just like soulmate energy. And it's very interesting because we have our little Zoom date tomorrow. Soulmate, soul sister vibes. So this is just letting you know that that feeling of scattered and alone and just like needing to connect, needing to touch base with someone. Like help is on the way is like what your dad is saying. So let's see. Ooh. Yeah, that anxiety, that stress, and it came out like this on my arm. So it's like you're turning all that upside down. And I don't know if you've been having a lot of sleepless nights. Oh, right, when that card came up, oh my goodness. Yeah, but this to me feels like, you know, anxiety, stress, just a lot of like, you know, nightmare energy, bad dreams, insomnia, just not getting quality sleep, whatever that looks like. Even if you're getting to bed at a decent time, it's like you're tossing and turning or not getting that sleep, which is very interesting because I think that came through in our collective reading. So yeah, I think this reading is right on time or just an extension of that collective reading for you. Let's see. Ooh, yeah. I don't know if you've been missing your parents a lot lately or just missing like a feeling, maybe even just like, you know, that whole soul connection, just vibing with people and just really getting on just a deeper level than just, oh, you know, I waved at the kid's teacher as I picked him up and like, you know, just surface level interactions with people. You're just craving or almost grieving like a time of your life where you felt you had these deeper connections. But that's to say, not to say that these connections are long gone. No, you are just finding new ways, maybe even some new connections. There might even be a new friend. I don't know if you've met a new friend or if this is still on the horizon. Yeah, I think it might be like in the future, but this is like a long-term, some long-term stuff. And you're on like the long-term plan with like your career, your life, your, you know, purpose, your passion. You don't have to have it all figured out right now because to me, it feels like you're building the foundation or you are at the very least deciding where you're going to build the foundation, even though you're still maybe feeling a lot confused about like, what's my next step in life? I'm not even passionate about this, but like I've invested so much time in this. I got to keep going. And that's such a human thing. Like so many of us are like, well, I got that degree in this, business thing, and like I should probably go into business, but my heart's really calling me to the culinary track. Like, I don't know. So it's almost like, I don't know. And we didn't talk about this. So this is what's coming through. So I don't know if you have been feeling like, I don't know that regret's the right word, but just kind of like, man, I wished I could find something I was really passionate about and do that thing instead, even if you don't know what that thing is yet. But there is a job, there's an opportunity for making money coming up in the near future for you. And your dad is helping orchestrate things, and then also your grandma. And I think they're showing me it's the grandma that passed away like right before you moved here. Um, just remind me, was that on your mother's side? Because your mom's like stepping forward to push the grandma forward. Like that's how I'm seeing it in my mind's eye. So it feels to me like it's that grandma coming through to really help stabilize things in your life, to help you feel, because that's what you want and that's what you're going to get. But ultimately, patience is this whole big virtue that a lot of us really struggle with. Oh, your dad's mom passed right after your dad. Okay, so this was your mom's mom then, if I'm not mistaken, that passed away, or was it a great grandma? I can't quite remember. You'll have to reacquaint me, there's the word, with what that was. But she's very sassy in a good way and like funny. Yeah, look, celebration. She's letting you know there's something coming up that's going to be worth celebrating. And this might just be, Christmas with your family, with your kids, and just really making those memories with them and vibing with them, connecting with them, because of course they are always there and you're always with them. I mean, when you're not at school, or they're not at school and you're not doing what you do. So this could be a really, because of course that's what you're doing this for, is for your kids long term and ultimately, but also for you. You deserve to have this sense of peace and happiness as you build your life with your kids. All right, what else does Jesse need to know? We have your master manifester. Look at that. New beginning with the number 10 here. So to me, this feels like, your physical eye is open, your third eye is becoming open, and then there's some sort of creative endeavor or something you're very passionate about creating or manifesting or making that is coming to your awareness, not just in your mind's eye, but also like with your physical eyes, something that you can point to and really take action on. I think I want to get one from this deck as well. Anything else for Jesse before we close out? We have here below, how can I deepen trust that my intuition knows the way? And this is the wind card as well. So, this is like making that wish on the dandelion. You blow the puff away and it floats on the wind, and then it helps manifest your desire. Of course, you're also taking action on that, is what I see here. But a lot of times we don't know. It's like we don't know what to take action on. Like if we don't have a clear dream or a clear idea, like of almost quote unquote exactly the way we want our life to look, sometimes it can be really difficult to formulate a game plan to get there, to this very amorphous goal that we don't really, have a tangible like thought or feeling or just like shape of it, right? But if you know exactly what you want, it's so much easier to construct that roadmap. But sometimes there's a lot of beauty in just this kind of unsureness or just not really knowing exactly what you want. Sometimes there's a beauty in that, because you can try all sorts of different things and you might realize, well, yeah, I really thought I had a passion for this, but now I'm just kind of like, and now I don't know what to do. And sometimes it's in that kind of chaotic energy of I don't know what to do that so many beautiful things can be born, because the possibilities really are endless. How could I stop self-sabotaging myself? Gosh, it feels like every time I know where I'm going or what I'm doing, my mind just goes bananas. Yeah. And that might just be something that, let's just see if there's any advice specifically for that. Ooh, we have here calendula with purity, and this came out in my 2023 reading in one of the piles. So I'm very interested to know if maybe you are selecting this pile. But here's what they're saying, because what I said on that pick a card was, this is such an inner child energy, just disappearing into this hobbit house. I mean, there's a little naked child running around this forest, and he's got a little birdie friend over here. He's going to just go hang out in this hobbit house. I mean, but what a picturesque, like, scene. Like, I want to disappear into this scene. And I even said in that pick a card, so this is like spilling the beans on the 2023 prediction that'll be up on Friday, but it's over on Patreon right now. But I said, this is such a beautiful image that you could even just like take a mental picture of this or even one with your phone and really study it and then go into meditation and go here. You can go anywhere in your meditation. Set your intention and go wild. That's really what I see with this energy is maybe just going into meditation and running around naked like your inner child just through these beautiful calendula flowers and just seeing what happens. Because sometimes we don't know what we want until we finally see it or feel it or taste it or touch it. Sometimes we just collide right into it. We never know. We never know when the time is right. So really connect to your inner child and allow those thoughts to just kind of float away like clouds. And I know that's so much easier said than done because a lot of times we get a thought and then we unweave it. It's almost like like a cat with a ball of yarn and it's just going everywhere. Or unraveling of a sweater. It's just like, ooh, this thought's leading me here, here, here. And then like 20 minutes goes by, you're like, why, how did I even get started thinking about this? And then you like backpedal. Oh yeah, I thought of that guy I went to high school with. And then because his parents owned this one place, then I thought of this. And then, oh yeah, that one guy looked like this guy. And that's why I thought of this. And then we just like unravel it. And it's like, does any of this matter? Probably not. But it's like mental distraction. It's like chewing gum for our mind to just like get lost for nothing. And it's so hard. It's so hard though. Right now, a lot of us with the spiritual warfare going on, we're just being bombarded with just random thoughts and just stuff that's not even spirit talking to us. This is just like the collective crap that's floating around. And one of the things I think I said, I don't even remember. I've filmed so many readings lately. I don't know if it was the 2023 reading or the one I filmed right before that. But what I said was, and now it's going away. It's going away. Got it. Caught it. My mind is just like, woo, found the thought. Taking a social media break, which I think you have been doing, with your whole technology and stuff. But that's one of the best things we can do to just even reset our, what's it called? Like the dopamine fix we get by seeing, oh, I got a like, or I, got a comment over here. It just gives us this little hit of dopamine. And that makes it so that when we're just sitting at the DMV waiting for, to get our picture taken for our driver's license or something, that we have to distract ourselves on our phone, or we can't just be present. Like, it's very difficult. So I'd say the best advice, Jessie, would be just to be present. Be as present as you can. And I know it sucks when you're not feeling like the world's greatest in the moment, but a lot of times when we just surrender to it and embrace it, that's when things start getting up. All right, I hope that resonated. I went on a little long, but both your parents and that grandma came through, and they needed to talk for a minute. So I just shut up and listen. Well, I guess I don't do much shutting up, but you get what I'm saying. All right, so up next we got Michelle Lynn. Thank you for your donation. And then on deck we've got Amy Lynn. We've got the Lynn squad because Brandy Lynn was here earlier as well. You are so welcome, Jessie. I will see you tomorrow for sure. Yes, I'm so excited. All right. Oh, you'll leave it open. You'll leave it open to spirit. Is that what we're doing for Michelle's question? Okay, whatever your guides need you to know. All right. So let's see for Michelle. What do her guides need her to know right now? Tuning into Michelle Lynn's energy. What do her guides need her to know right now? 1. We got 3, 4. They got a lot to say, it sounds like. Okay, wow. So this might just be where you're at. Just really wishing you could be anywhere but where you are. And this doesn't have to be physically, although I think for you, I really am interpreting it that way as well. Maybe physically, like at your home, at your job, you just want a change of scenery, a change of location, but also more energetically, you wished you were in a better place mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. And this is shifting in such a big way because look what we have here. Of course, it's going to take time and patience, which I keep calling that the P word. Patience is the P word. Because usually if something's not a good word to say, we'll call it the F word or the C word or the, whatever. No, patience is the P word. We'll just call it that. It's not fun. But at the same time, you're going to create yourself a nice, stable, and solid foundation. There might even be someone you're meeting soon. Feels on the more masculine side, but if it is a female, they just have more masculine dominant traits of, being more go-getter kind of person, or just very like take charge is kind of the energy that I see with this. And they may possibly be younger than you, but this person's going to somehow inspire you. And this doesn't literally have to be someone you meet like in person. This could be someone you see online and their content really inspires you, something like this. And specifically, it might be that, yeah, Spirit's really pointing to like something you're seeing online or someone you're following online. And again, they may be younger than you, or if they are older than you, they just have this very young and like, forward moving kind of energy. But yet at the same time, they're not, kicking butt and taking names. They're slowly building something or progressing on something. But you're really also embodying or kind of harnessing this same energy for yourself is, okay, I have a goal. I have a desire. Okay, I'm going to take action here. Okay, I'm going to take another action there, another action here. Just basically when you're called and where you're led is when you're taking action. This is not just you being busy or trying to make things happen for the sake of, I don't like where I'm at. Although you might have been feeling for a while, I just don't like where I'm at. Yeah, it could be an internet friend, or even could be like someone you watch on YouTube that they don't even know you exist, but like their content is really inspiring you. It could be something as simple as that, but it could even be someone like in person that you're meeting. But then we have this awesome duo, like two very spiritual cards here. We've got the High Priestess and the Judgment card. So to me, this feels like judgments you've had against yourself, or, past versions of yourself that are ready to pass away, and new versions that are ready to rise from the, depths of who you are. But this is a lot about you trusting your intuition and really seeing through the illusion, because both of these, there's such a there's a like rapture energy here with this one, but there's a seeing through the BS, or the lies that other people are saying, or just the facade or the masks people wear. It's not like they're purposely trying to lie or deceive anybody, but you're like this human lie detector. You can really see through to the truth of what people are really trying to say or express when they're saying something completely different. Again, I don't see that this is just to make you annoyed or anything. It's to really help you get this greater understanding and compassion just for the human condition, and maybe even seeing how maybe in the past you've done that. We've all done that. Yeah, the human lie detector comes into my readings a lot. Yeah, well, here it is again. But you're really seeing through it. And this could even be at work. Like, people might be like, I'm seeing specifically like coworkers, I haven't had like that type of job in a hot minute, like where I actually work out in the public. It's probably been since, 2010. So it's been a long time for me. But I can just remember like when I worked at McDonald's in high school, when I worked at Pizza Hut in college and stuff, that yeah, you have all these coworkers and you care. I mean, I always cared about people, but I could tell, I could see through, I could feel when they were fake or just fishing for information to go gossip to someone about. Like, you're the same way. Like, you can feel that, and it doesn't always feel good when you can tell someone's like fishing for information to then be able to go tell someone else, and you're just like, ew, I don't like this. I don't even want to be in a conversation with you right now. But like the polite thing to do is just to be like, oh yeah, instead of just being like, I don't like this. If there is someone at work lying to you, you're going to be able to see through it. But to me, this more feels like you just seeing through the facade that they put on, or this, kind of mask that they wear to go out in public and be someone that they actually aren't. It's like you can almost feel the authenticity of the person, but their actions, their expressions, the words that are coming out of their mouth don't really line up with that true or more authentic version of them, which is kind of a hard thing to put into words, or like a weird thing to put into words. But yeah, it's not like these people are outright lying or trying to deceive you, but you're tuned in even deeper than most people, and you really do observe your surroundings a lot more than your average person does. So a lot of times you might even have a weird or an odd feeling about someone, but you can't quite put your finger on why. Like, you might feel like, oh, is that person lying to me? Oh, they gave me a compliment. Did they really mean it? Like, things like this might be kind of playing in your mind. Let's just see what else Michelle needs to know. Woo. Anything else she needs to know? Upcoming energies. Ooh, inner truth. Yes. What? What? Yes. Look at this. but you're really, realizing and utilizing this deeper knowledge of you and the human condition. Again, observing people almost as if you were an alien from another planet coming here to Earth just to observe the life, the life forms on the planet. Like, isn't that an odd and curious creature over there, ringing up that customer, in a very non-judgmental kind of way. You're just like in observation mode with people. And it's very interesting because this goes back, I know it was in this other deck that we had the Here card for our collective reading. So that collective reading really for you and Jesse both is like, this reading is an extension of that collective reading for you. That your senses are just heightened, just very, very heightened. Don't mean to hijack your reading, Michelle, but girl, it feels so much like how I've been feeling too. Yeah, right? I think this is just like such collective energy coming through that it's in both of your readings now, just tying back to that collective. Anything else Michelle needs to know? Yeah, trust that inner truth. Look at this. They're literally spelling it out. Whatever that inner truth is. It might even be just kind of like, yeah, I don't like this talking to that person so much anymore, or I don't like wearing this color anymore. It could be just anything. But it says, I am honoring my knowing, inner truth, white-tailed deer, and trust. So the deer might be a great spirit guide, or even just looking at the spirit animal of the deer right now. White-tailed deer specifically. See that? White-tailed deer. Okay. Looking that up to get some additional guidance. Let's get one more. We're going to go to this deck right here. Anything else? Oh, your intuition has been feeling a little stronger. I'm feeling an ending with my work, and I am thinking of talking to health inspection about the mold situation, but I am a bit nervous. Yeah, I would say do it. Yeah, we have here Sedna. There's always enough. So just know that whatever decisions you make regarding all of that, you're going to be taken care of. You're going to be in good hands. And the problem, if there is one, will be resolved because you stood up and said something. Because I don't think you're the only one having repercussions or ramifications because there's a mold issue. I think other people might be having a very similar reaction, but it's just kind of manifesting in different ways in their bodies. They might even just have like chronic phlegm or lung issues even, which I know a lot of people will just associate that with COVID or the time of year, right? But you're not the only one being affected. It's those that are working like near the register is what I'm seeing, or if there's a drive-through, there's something, and I don't know if it's having to do with moisture coming in or if there's something leaking beneath, but there's definitely a moisture issue that's causing mold. And a lot of mold, it's spores, so a lot of them are microscopic, and they're just when you run a rag down a windowsill, or you're sweeping, whatever it is, cleaning up around the place, because I know that's a place, it's a high traffic area, it gets very dirty and it needs cleaned daily or multiple times daily, that you're gonna just be just what's the word, like what am I doing, this ruffling them all up, ruffling up all those spores, and they're just going everywhere. Yeah, right. I don't know that you will find it, but just saying something is at least bringing some awareness to it. Let's just pull a card to see if Michelle says something, if anything will happen. Well, we have the moon here, so I think it's just too, like, because you haven't made a solid action or a decision that I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna say something about it. So it's kind of could go either way at this point. Yeah, and that's the thing. If your boss has any integrity, right? They wouldn't be mad at you. They would be concerned and want to get to the bottom of it. I would think, but I would just say that, I saw mold and I don't know, I've just been having this chronic issues, and just explain the situation and see if something can't happen because you have spoken up about it. Yeah, reveal your inner truth, because you intuitively already know that something's not right at this work situation with the mold. And I mean, it's been over, what, a year and a half, 2 years now? A lot has been going on with that, and that's how long you've been aware of it. So who knows how long it's been just an issue for everybody. I hope that resonated, though. It might have brought up more questions than answers. It was a very interesting read that we got for you. And Amber has donated as well. Well, let's get into Amy Lynn's question, and then Amber will be on deck. Yeah, but I'm just seeing that if you do say something and you come at it from a place of concern, you're gonna see that reflected back. At the very least, they will, and this might be the thing too, they placate you like, oh yeah, we'll look into it, and then they never do anything. But keep on them about it. If that's the case, just ask if there's any update. Have you heard anything? Have you seen anything? I want to know. Okay, Amy Lynn says she's been motivated to try a new project for dual purposes. One, to get in the flow and invite my inner child to play, and two, to monetize it if the universe wishes. Is this what Spirit is guiding me to do? I love it. Let's feel into this new project that has dual purposes for Amy. Tuning into Amy's energy and this project. Okay, we have 8 of Cups. So I don't know if this project was inspired by you having some sort of emotional epiphany, maybe possibly having to walk away from someone or something that meant a lot to you. And this is kind of and this could even be years ago, and you're not even putting the pieces together, but there's something that you had to walk away from, or someone you had to walk away from in your past that has kind of maybe subconsciously sparked this idea for you. But let's see, as far as, and also you might have to kind of, because I'm feeling like this thing is going to take a decent amount of your free time, the playtime, it's going to take some playtime. And then of course, if you're monetizing it, then it'll become work time as well. So you might have to leave behind things that just aren't doing it for you anymore, or, relationships or situations, maybe even habits that you lean on or rely on right now. But to make room for this thing in your life, you're going to have to clean up your act a bit, or clean up the energy of other people that need to clean up their act a bit, if that makes sense. So there's a bit of rearranging of energy that's needed here, so that you can bring this thing full force into your life if that's what you want to do. So it's kind of like when they're going to build a new house and there's an old abandoned lot, and maybe there's some trees and some shrubs and a bunch of garbage. They got to clear all that out before they can start breaking ground on the home. Yeah, maybe they have all the plans drawn up for the home and everything, but for them to literally dig in and get to work, they need to clean it up. Yeah, welcome cleaning those things. Yeah, so welcome it. Literally ask Spirit for help in cleaning up everything that needs cleaned up, so you can really set the stage for this new project, because I have a feeling it's big. Yes, look at that. Such an inner child card as well. So this is going to create so much emotional fulfillment for you. And quite possibly, to me, I know it's the 10 of Pentacles, it's more the monetization of it, but I see that the happiness of this thing is definitely going to be something that you are able to monetize. But again, you need to make some big room in your life for this thing, because it's something that's going to really be a passion for you and really bring maybe even new people into your life. And it's very interesting because this thing's spun, and it says here, everything's fine. And again, I see this tied to the current energy or even past energy that you're just cleaning house on. Because this is the 10 of Swords. There's 2 10 of Swords in this deck, a 10 of Swords, and then an everything's fine. I see this as the more positive of the two, though, because yeah, she's kind of in denial. Literally, she's got 10 swords stuck into her, and she's just scrolling her phone like, yeah, it's fine. But like, isn't that all of us at some point? Like, our lives are burning down around us, and we're just scrolling our phone like, yeah, it's fine. I'm just a human right now. Like, whatever. But this is spinning. You're spinning all of this energy on its head by walking away or letting go, releasing, whatever word you want to use, of the things or situations or people that just don't line up anymore. Yeah, it is huge, but you're excited. I can tell. Yeah, I feel very excited for this. So what does Amy need to know about getting started, besides what we've already tuned into about cleaning up energetically, physically, emotionally, mentally, all the things? Ooh, what else does she need to know? Yes, you're going to be working diligently, but this is not I got to drag my feet and go to work. This person like hits the ground running out of bed every morning, excited and passionate and inspired and ready to get back to that project. That's the vibe you're bringing into this, even if you don't have it all figured out. And in fact, you shouldn't have it all figured out yet, because that's part of the magic, is discovering things along the way instead of just trying to figure it all out before you even take step one. Yeah, it's okay to plan and everything, but I have a feeling if you've made this big elaborate plan, you're going to find things don't quite go according to plan, because a lot of what you're going to discover about this and the creation of this thing, you're going to discover it along the way. So if you don't have a big grand plan, hey, That's even better than having this big grand plan that you're going to probably have to toss a big chunk of it out the window because it's not quite in alignment. Just allowing your next inspiration to come and take you down that path farther and then farther and then farther. That's what you're being asked to do. And you're just being asked to show up and put in the work. And I think that's the part you're excited about because you're ready to explore and just see where this thing takes you. So let's see. Yes, isn't it cute? I love it. Yes, look at this. This is really going to be so healing for, I got chills, major chills. This is going to be so healing for your inner child. And just how you phrased it, this was an opportunity with a dual purpose and, be in the flow and really invite your inner child to play. Absolutely. Absolutely. But it's also helping your shadow as well. It's helping your shadow integrate into the light. So I don't know if some of this, even though it feels very like carefree and fun and awesome, it's very interesting. Today's guy over here on the calendar is also a tiger. I'm going to read this to you as well. Each day I express more fully the inner beauty and strength of my true being. Claiming your power much? Yes. So just declare Wednesday, December 7th, 2022 as the day that Amy claimed her power. Let's do it. But yeah, you're going to see, even though this thing feels carefree, lighthearted, and fun, as you dive into it, it's going to bring up your shadow. Even though on the surface and you really thinking about it now, it feels so in alignment with fun and happiness and great things. It is also going to put you through your paces with your shadow. But this is by design. This is so you can heal. This is so you can do so much more than you've allowed yourself to this point. Because I think you've been dulling your light a little bit to fit in or to not shine too brightly. And I think, again, this is going back to that inner child. You were maybe told to be quiet or not wear that funky color or, whatever it was. And maybe there was even bullying. I don't know if you were bullied, if this was by a parent, kids at school, siblings. I mean, what kid isn't bullied by their siblings? We all are. We all bully and get bullied by our siblings. It's just what happens. But, even if it's coming from a seemingly innocent place or, others projecting onto you as a child, of course you took that as your identity at the time. All of us do. It's kind of the burden of childhood is we just take on all these burdens that no one asked us to take on, but we take them on. I guess there are 3 purposes, and shadow work is welcome as well. I want to grow. Yes. And this is absolutely what you're doing, is growing through this opportunity. Okay. What else does Amy Lynn need to know by going all in on this opportunity? I already see you're doing it, so let's just see what you're getting as a result. We have Rhiannon and her strength. Okay, wow, and wow. Okay, so we have claim your power and inner strength. So this is so in alignment with what I don't want to say the word need, because there's nothing we need to do or should do, but this is what your soul is calling you to do, and you're listening. You picked up the phone, you're listening, you're ready to take that leap of faith, even if you're not, again, 100% sure how everything's going to play out. That's the beauty of it. And then we have here Persephone with new beginnings. And anyone else as a kid used to pronounce this as Persephone. I used to call this deity Persephone because I didn't know nuance at the time. But yeah, when I was a kid, every time I would read that word, I was like, who would name their kid Persephone? That's so weird. But I have since learned as an adult that it's pronounced Persephone, which sounds way cooler than Persephone. But hey, maybe that's very interesting. I share that random tidbit. Maybe something you thought as a child, kind of how we were saying, oh yeah, we just take on everything as our own as a child. You're undoing that through whatever this project is, whatever this opportunity is. You're undoing things that you held to be firm and fast truths as a child to now realize they were illusion or a lie or not your identity at all, just other people projecting onto you from their shadow, from their hurt, from their pain. All right, I want one more. What else does Amy Lynn need to know? And then Amber, you are next. I think you had posted your question on PayPal. Look at this. We have here protect. How can I safeguard what is sacred to me? And we've got the meadowlark here. So you've got a white horse, a meadowlark, and a tiger. So you can look up any of these spirit animals for some additional guidance, but you are protecting. There's such an air or an energy of protection around what you're creating. And you can even do some sort of like protection spell around your project. And I'm also hearing, not to say that if you've already told a couple people, that's okay. But I would keep a lot of the details of what you've got going on. Of course, if you have a husband or, you know, close family or people you live with and they're like, what are you doing all the time? Of course, share it with those types of people. But I wouldn't go shouting this whole thing from the rooftops, because there's something kind of like a thievery that kind of happens when we express these big goals, big plans, big dreams we have to the greater world. It almost feeds or fuels that ego enough, like the feedback we get from people almost makes us think we did the work and accomplished it, and now, well, I got what I wanted now, you know, on a more ego scale. Not saying you do that or would do that, but just as a way to protect this, I would just keep, you know, a lot of your cards with this idea close to your chest until you have a really good, I guess, bit of it figured out and have it like going, you know, out there in the world. So like, you know, for an example, if you're writing a book, of course you can tell those select few, yeah, I'm writing a book, but telling the rest of the world when the book is like on pre-order or something like that is kind of the vibe I'm getting with what Spirit's showing me. Yeah. All right. So I hope that resonated, Amy. And just best of luck. Not that you need it, but best of luck in this endeavor. It sounds very exciting and very fun. And yes. And of course, when the time is right, let us know how it went. Let us know what we can do, if something we can buy or do, or yeah. Yes, Brianna's here. Yeah, there's absolutely still time. I'm actually on my very last donation coming up here in a moment. And wait, I think I might have, I don't know. I'm going to have to look. Because I don't know what this one is. Because I think PayPal ate some of my notifications. No, they just condensed them. Okay, so we have 2 other donations. Okay. So, I need to put these in here. Take a quick drink of my water. And Amber's question is over on PayPal. And then another question, and then Brianna if she would like to donate. Okay. You are on fire, and I thought it was going to be a short live stream, right? I always say, oh, this might be a short live stream, and then it just never is. I think the least amount of donations I've ever had, or, you know, people to read for, was like 3. And, you know, to me, that's successful. That's awesome. Even 1 is successful and awesome, because I literally set the intention every time I come on here that I am here to be of service to whoever needs their question. And that, you know, if it's 10 people, awesome. If it's 1 person, awesome. I'm here for it. Just truth be told, I like hanging out with you guys. So when we can keep it rolling, let's keep it rolling, right? As you guys know, I never want to leave when the time is done. I'm just like, I just want to hang out with you here forever. See, I can't even talk. All right, I'm going to go to my email and get Amber's question. Oh, you want to get in the end, please. Okay, well, then we will skip over to the next person who I'm going to also go to my email to see. Sorry, phlegm buildup, time of year, fun times. Okay, it's downloading 9 messages. I don't know why it's downloading them. I thought they should just be there. Okay, there they come. Okay. Okay. Oh, it's Danny. Danny has donated. Okay, so Danny wants to know, will be open to a spirit, wants me to know. Thank you. Okay. So let's do it for Danny. And then we'll hold off Amber for the last question. So I'm going to actually update my list here. Amber. And then Brianna for a 1 card. Okay. I think I have that updated. So, getting into Danny's question. So, leaving it open to spirit, tuning into Danny's energy. I miss these hangouts too. So much fun. I mean, I still hang out, but I did miss having you in the hangout as well, Jessie. All right. tuning into Danny's energy. What does Spirit want Danny to know? Ooh, there's justice being served. And then we have the Fool in reverse. So this might have to do, I'm really seeing like work, coming in hot. And right here with this, the Fool came out in reverse. So there's something that maybe needs to be said at work, and you wished you would say, well, you wish someone else would say something. And you're kind of like on the fence. Do I say something? Or, should someone else say something? And this could even just be like long built up, just like resentments around work. And you're just like, I just wish I could tell everybody like it is, I just want everybody. And it's very interesting. My eye is itching. So maybe there's something you didn't see. Maybe even people at work that you didn't see their true colors, but now you're seeing their true colors. But what I see with the Justice card is that justice is going to be served. And my nose is itching now. So there's like good luck coming in to assist you at work. Or if this isn't work, this is any relationship where things feel unbalanced and unfair. This could even be like with your son, and like they're showing me like the mother, the grandmother energy of that. Let's see. Yeah, but things are being made fair, more balanced. And any lies, any deception or untruths are being revealed. You're going to have clarity. You're going to know exactly what to do. You're not going to feel held back or like you can't move forward the way you want, because this Ace of Swords is flipping this Fool energy up so that you can take that leap of faith or go in the direction that feels best to you. Like things are balancing out and you're getting your voice heard in some way as well. And any communication you've been waiting for, if there's been like a lag in communication, a lack of communication, or just not great communication with someone, that communication is finally going to come through. All right. What else does Danny need to know? Specifically at work. Okay, so we have Three of Wands. So yes, things are moving ahead. So plans that you have at work, moving ahead, advancing. This could even look like if you have recently taken on more work or soon to take on more work, that you'll also receive more pay for that work. But again, it might be something you have to actually speak up or ask for. It's not just going to come out of nowhere. I mean, yes, your past deeds and hard work should pay off and speak for itself. But a lot of times in these times, we got to ask for the things that are already ours anyway. And why is my nose so itchy? This happens once in a while, like when I'm on the live stream. But to me, like an itchy nose is like a sign of good luck. So I'm really seeing good luck, good favor, long overdue like rewards or bonuses or just recognition at work is finally coming through. But I'm seeing the month of February. So this might be between now and February, or this, raise, promotion, bonus, whatever it is, could be happening in February. But anywhere between now and February, Danny, is like prime time to cash in on, past good deeds at work. Yes, so let's see. As far as just anything Danny needs to know regarding fairness with his son and that other side of the family, of his son's family, what does Danny need to know about that? Yeah, I don't know if this has caused you a lot of stress. You've been going through a lot of stress with just communication, again, is like the main thing. Or, people listening to what you have to say, or even getting a response from anybody. Just sleepless nights, worrying, stressing about how things will work out or turn out. This is you. I really do see, I'm going to get a clarifier on this just to see, but if that's the current energy you're in, just really stressed, really anxious about, how this is going to work out with this family member, or how that's going to happen. And this could even be stress around like the holiday season. If that's where you're currently at, then I would say this is about to like go away, like you're feeling your way through it. But if you haven't been stressed about these things, this still might be on the horizon for you. But it's very interesting. Danny and Jesse both got this card. Very interesting. Let's see. Clarifier on this Nine of Swords. Moving forward for Danny energetically, what does he need to know? Yeah, okay. So anything that is really weighing you down, holding you back, making it so you can't communicate and the balance just isn't there, you're moving on from it, emotionally speaking. So even if you're still in physical communication with these people, emotionally, you're just over it. You're just ready for a fresh start and something new to come in. and what you're getting with that fresh start. Once you take that, leap of faith or that trek into better territory for yourself, you're getting a deeper emotional connection. This is a feminine energy. So I don't know if this is like a special lady in your life, or if this is like a sister kind of energy, or like a female friend kind of energy, maybe even like a maternal energy. But I really do feel like that like lack of maternal energy in your life. There's someone, I don't know if there's a different family member that's kind of filling that mother role for you. But if that is the case, that's this person coming through like in a really good time for you. But if it's not someone in the family, this could be a friend, or like, someone that you're interested in, romantically speaking. Let's see, anything else Danny needs to know. I'm also seeing a lot of spiritual support. But wow, again, with the this came out in our collective reading at the beginning. So with the perception here, again, any lies, any deception, anything that wasn't a truth is finally being revealed to you, and you're going to be able to see the true light of what people are showing up with, who they are on a deeper level. You're going to be able to see it, but you're also being very perceptive to like opportunities that are coming in as well. We also have the victory card here, and the number 21 and the number 40 might be like lucky numbers, or you can look up angel number 2140 or 4021, or just 21 and just 40. Lots of combinations we can do with these numbers. But yeah, you're getting this sense of victory over something you once weren't able to see. Now you're seeing the writing on the wall, or maybe that communication's finally coming through to where you're like, oh, okay, I understand who you really are. I don't want to associate with you anymore. Whether that's person or situation or an energy, whatever it is, and you're moving on. Because all this situation or person causes you is pain and grief and tears and sadness, metaphorically or even literally speaking. Person is not, usually this female energy doesn't feel like there's the best interest for you. And this could even be like your son's grandmother, like that. It could even be that energy coming through. I know I was reading this earlier as someone as a support for you, but they're also showing me that this combination could be someone causing you a lot of like emotional turmoil as well. A female, whoever that is for you. Let's see. Anything else Danny needs to know? Jessa is here. Hello. I get to meet on Zoom tomorrow with Jessie and Jessa. Jessie, I'm meeting Jessie right after Jessa's session. Ooh, look at this. We have here sacred contracts with Isis for Danny. So this to me feels like some sort of soul contract. That female you're dealing with that's just causing you a lot of issues. This feels like a soul contract. But that being said, I have a feeling that this soul contract is about to be finished. If it's not already, it soon will be. So let's see anything we need to know to clarify this soul contract or sacred contract here for Danny and this feminine energy. Ooh, we have shake, release, heal, and move on. If that is not an 8 of Cups, I don't know what is. And it appears to me to be a gazelle. Jessa, you're right on time. And there was a gazelle. Sorry, inside jokes. And then we have here nourishment while waiting. And if there's any nourishing queen in the whole deck, that's her. So someone is nourishing you while you wait for whatever it is you're waiting for. If that's love, if that's deeper connection with, people at work, deeper connection with your family members, you're getting some nourishment from a female in your life while you wait. Doesn't have to be romantic. This could be platonic or like a soul sister, a motherly energy, whatever that looks like. Because there's so many different ways I can interpret these specific connections. Just not knowing like your whole like history of life and everything. There's a lot of ways I can interpret this unless I knew your exact specific current situations. But yeah, let's see. I feel like I need one more for Danny. All right. But I held up 2 fingers, like 2 more. So maybe I need 2 more. All right. Anything else Danny needs to know? 1 and 2. Okay, so we have here commune with, oh gosh, this is going to be fun. Psilocybin. I think that's how you say it. Correct me if I'm wrong. Hello, Getaleka. Welcome, my dear. Oh, Brandy Lynn is here. Hello. Hello. I think I don't remember if I shouted you out earlier, but I did see you earlier. I just didn't recall ever saying hi to you, but hi. I'm still here. No, we're only here about an hour so far, so I'm good for the next hour or two if we need to. Yeah, so we also have the number 49 there for Danny. But commune, this is about coming together and creating a family or a home, kind of with found family or, people who are looking to contribute to a household. Whoa, that was weird. My whole laptop like moved and I'm holding this up. That was interesting. But then we have here Angel's Trumpet with Death. So I'm not, don't get crazy. When we get the death card, that can be scary for people. But what I see with this is just a death of the way things used to be. And knowing that you can't return and that it's time to move on, because there was the other one, shake, release, heal, and move on. So there can't be a way, a return to how things used to be exactly. Even if you're keeping certain people in your life, there's got to be a new mode of operation or a new way you're showing up or a new way they are showing up to make things, different, to make things better. Or could even look literally like the death of a relationship to where people are going their separate ways. But with the 46 here, I feel like it's not just a death, but also the rebirth, because we do have a new beginning coming in by way of that. I saw one more card. We've not pulled from this deck for Danny yet. Anything else Danny needs to know? All right. And we have here hold. What riches do I carry within? And I think that's why that Fool card kind of came out like this. And now my nose is itching again. So again, going back to this luck, like past good deeds coming in as this past good karma to help you or benefit you in a like future now moment, like coming up very soon for you. But this is like feeling held back, but hold. What do you hold within? What gifts do you hold within? What riches do you carry within? And finding ways you can express these to others or just kind of like express them, utilize them to make more money for yourself. Because these are your talents, your gifts, your beautiful soul light and energy that you are sharing or, communing with the other people in your life with this beautiful, loving energy. So that is your message, Danny. I hope it resonated. All right, so Brianna is next, and I think I had seen her question on PayPal. So we'll get right into Brianna's question, and if Getaleka wanted to donate, we can do hers next, and then I know Amber wanted to be held off for last, which is cool by me. All right. But I hope you're having fun here on the live stream. I always have just the best time with you guys, as you know. And I missed you guys on Fridays, so like I'm getting my fill right now to hang out with you and have some fun. Oh, that doesn't go to that school. It goes to this school. Okay. Putting them in the right deck will be helpful for future readings here. All right. So get all these stacked back where they go. Take a drink of my water. And Getaleka has made a donation. So you will be right after Brianna. She has donated for a 1-card read, which we will get into right now. Of course, you guys know I can never just do a 1-card. It's usually closer to 3. My bad. Okay. Brianna wants to know, will I be successful at stand-up comedy? Oh, how fun. Okay. Go back to my camera view. So tuning into Brianna's energy. Ooh. Tuning in to Brianna's energy. Will she be successful at stand-up comedy? Ooh. You're closing out a cycle to be able to start this, but there might be this element of patience that is needed as you gain your footing or, figure out where you can go and do. Like if you're just going to an open mic night, I would say that's an easy way to like get your foot in the door somewhere. Like nowadays, it's almost like has a lot to do with who you know. So if you know the right people or know someone that owns a club or something, like that's a pretty sure way that you can usually get your foot in the door somehow. So I don't know if you've been kind of frustrated or just unsure, like how do I even make this dream a reality? But there's a way to do it. And again, it doesn't even have to be someone you know. I know that's just how we normally think, oh, well, you got to know someone or you're just SOL. No, there's an opportunity coming up for you to show your talents in this area that I think is really going to pay off. But again, it might take some patience and there might be something else, another thing that's taking up some time in your life that you're closing out or leaving behind or just kind of closing the book or the chapter on to get you to this place where you are able to be successful at stand-up comedy. And of course, spirit is probably not going to use, it's kind of like the word soon. They'll give us the word soon in a time frame. And like, what does that really mean? And success is another word like that. Like, what does that really mean? Because success to Brianna could be completely different than success to, you know, Joe Schmo or someone else. But let's just see with your gauge or your measure of success, if you will be successful at stand-up comedy. Okay, and we have 4 pentacles. So with the 4s, this is almost like there's something you're not seeing because here, this is like in her peripheral vision. And then this one is behind her head. So there's something you're not seeing. Doesn't mean it's not happening for you. It's just there's a missing piece or there's a bit of information that you don't have yet that'll complete the puzzle so that you can make this thing happen for yourself. So it's not that your talent and abilities aren't there. It's just that it's like you're like almost bumbling around in the dark. Like, where is my opportunity? I'm like, you know, can't find it, but you will find it. Everyone has been pushing me to hit the stage, and there's a club right near my house that hosts open mic nights every week. See, I would say that would be such a perfect way to do this because no one needs, you know, to prove themselves or, you know somebody or have their foot in the door. That's a great way to get yourself out there and, you know, have that patience as you practice and, you know, try not to get discouraged when people are talking and not even paying attention. Because as you progress and as time goes by, people are going to have no choice but to pay attention when you're up there because all eyes will be on you. They will be transfixed. They will be laughing. It will be such a good vibe. So if you just getting up there and, you know, getting over your nerves and, you know, just saying, oh yeah, I'll do it. Let me just try it out. If that's what you would consider success, I would say absolutely this is something that's going to happen for you. As far as, you know, having a Netflix special and all of that, I don't see that the time is right for that. Like if you're, you know, getting famous and being like, you know, again, doesn't mean it's not happening. It's just with the like choices you've made right now and the actions you've taken up to this point, unless you really start going in that direction and booking open mic nights and then, you know, finding other places to go, that's when we can really get a deeper read on like long-term success. But as far as you just, you know, getting your feet wet and getting out there, absolutely, I see this being something you can do. Let's just see any additional guidance before we close out. I think it's alchemy and spell work, releasing blockages. Oh, yeah. And then here, better than you can imagine. So things will work out better than you can imagine. And it's very interesting because this came up in the daily reading I filmed today, which I think is going to go up on like December 18th. I'm trying to like get filmed way out in advance because my kids are going to be home for like a week and a half to 2 weeks for Christmas. And I'm just not, I know with the holiday, I'm not gonna have as much time to film. So I'm like batch film. But yeah, this symbol came up and it is what I talked about in that reading is it's a symbol from spirit. So if this is something you want to do, Mama Monica's got your back. She will absolutely be there. And it's very interesting. We've got a little fetus there. And of course you were at one point her little fetus. So it's like this stand-up comedy might be like a baby to you, something you're nurturing, something you're growing. And the 7 of Pentacles is such a nurturing energy. This is not tilling the soil and wiping your brow, the sweat off your brow and backbreaking work. No, this is tending, this is nurturing, this is, you know, pruning a little leaf here and there, which is funny because I got my, can we see it? There we go. I got my plants right behind here and I was just pruning them like before the live stream. So that's very funny. You know, just pruning off the dead leaves and getting the bugs out of there and, you know, watering it as it needed, you know, very nurturing, loving, motherly energy that is helping you with your career. And also, if this is something you want to create a career out of, this is something you can definitely nurture. But there would have to be something you would have to, it's very funny because the spirit's being funny and kind of cryptic, like something you have to sacrifice to take the place of this thing, or the thing you sacrifice or, leave behind so that this stand-up comedy can take its place, if that makes sense. Yeah. So I just want to get one more. One more. What else needs to come through? Ooh. And we have here, get out of your head. So yeah, and it's very funny. We got a chicken on top of his head, which is kind of like, when I think comedy, not like stand-up comedy, but like comedians back in the day, like rubber chickens and, just funny gag jokes and stuff like that. So to me, this is a very comedic card in and of itself, but get out of your head, just have fun with it, just see where it takes you. And just, from there, once you start really making decisions or choices, like, yeah, I definitely want to pursue this, or it's fun to do every once in a while. I don't think it's going to be a career, but like, it's something I can do once a month at open mic night. And that's good enough for me. Whatever success, whatever you're defining success as, you're going to have better than you imagine. So whatever that looks like to you. So it's kind of open to your own interpretation here, but I hope that resonated for you. And up next, thanks again for your donation, Brianna. Oh, I said it wrong. Your mom. The second I said Brianna, Mama Monica's like, nope. Which is funny because when I first met you, I kept calling you on that first live stream, Brianna. And after the live stream, like I was like on a high because it was my very first live stream, and you found your way to me. And after the live stream, your mom was still there, and she's like, "You said her name wrong the whole time." And I'm like, "Oh no, why didn't you tell me that during the live stream?" So the next time I saw you, I'm like, "Your mom told me I was saying your name wrong the whole time." And you were like, "Yeah, you were." Oh, she just reminded me of that. So funny. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. Oh, no worries, Amber. You disappeared between wrapping up kitchen after dinner, which I did not have due to nausea since yesterday. Aw, big hugs. I'm really hoping you feel better. You've really been through it emotionally and physically lately. Aw. Okay, so Get to Like a Ray says, message from Spirit on current energy and what is coming next and how to be prepared. Let's find out. For Get to Like a Ray. And then on deck, I think that is the last donation I have. So then we can get into Amber's question. And hopefully we can get you some good answers for you. All right. Get to Becca tuning in. Get to Becca's energy. All right. So we've got a lot of spiritual energy and connection coming through. Wow. I love this. So first card that came out was the Two of Cups. So soulmate energy. And it's very interesting because this Two of Cups has a lion up there. And then you got the Strength card, which is very Leo energy as well. And look at that beautiful lion. Oh, I love it. So wherever Leo is in your chart, Get to Like, if you're into astrology, you can look that up. This is a place where you're really embodying more of your higher self, whatever house that is, whatever planets are there. If you know and say it, I can maybe kind of help break that down for you. But this is where you're really leaning on your higher self. Or, oh, it's your sun sign. Okay, that makes so much sense. Well, the sun is your soul. The sun, very, very higher self vibes with that. So your higher self is really coming through to help you, just really tune into your more spiritual side, but also to be able to manifest a life you want. And a lot of times this is like a travel card. So I don't know if you've been trying to go on a trip or wanting to book some sort of vacation or trip. It doesn't necessarily have to be on the water or on a cruise or anything like that, but it can be. It can be. With this card, anything's possible. Or even wanting to move out of where you're at, if that's not something you want to do. This could just be like travel energy, wanting to go on a vacation or a holiday of some sort. And I don't know if you had planned to have any travel plans for the upcoming holiday or if you celebrate or anything. But this is something that would really benefit you, is to have some sort of vacation, even if you're not physically going anywhere, just to have a day off where you can just really tune into your spiritual side. Oh, you are planning. That's so cool. Yeah, it's going to really be beneficial to you. And it almost feels like a spiritual pilgrimage of some sort. Even if the place you're going isn't a very spiritual place, it's like you're tuning into the spirituality of it, of the moment, of the area, of the people around. You're really tuned in. So even if this isn't any kind of pilgrimage, you're almost treating this vacation or this holiday as like a pilgrimage. Yeah, very beautiful. Let's see what else is coming through for Gitaleka. Anything else she needs to know? Ooh, Queen of Swords. This is beautiful. This is literally speaking into being, manifesting it by speaking it out loud, making it real by speaking it out loud. This could even be your intentions. This is something I've been doing like so much more. It's on like hyperdrive lately, where I literally, and I'm sure if I had like any cameras in my house and my husband, which we don't, but like inside, but if my husband just would tune in like during the day, like, why is she talking to herself? I just do it. I do it. And I just set all these grand intentions with everything I do when I'm cooking, when I'm cleaning, when I'm working, when I'm just, taking a bath. I am intention setting queen. So just setting intentions. And, the beautiful thing with intentions is they're different than expectations, because when we put an expectation on something, if it doesn't work out exactly as we had expected, we can feel disappointment. With intentions, we are saying, I intend that this is going to happen. Of course, we kind of leave the how, what, where, when, and why up to spirit. But we set intentions, and even if we don't quite hit the mark, we still feel this sense of accomplishment, or at least I do. So setting deeper intentions, like one classic example we could all do, because we all got to eat, right? Is when you're preparing your food, or even if you're going to a restaurant and someone else prepared that food for you, a lot of cultures will bless their food before they eat it. And that is such a great way to set intentions that the food you're about to consume is going to nourish your body and give you the energy and the nutrition and all the stuff, right? But you can set those intentions with everything and anything. Go wild with it, because you're going to really start to see your life change for the better when you start setting intentions for things. Because, a lot of times, especially when we're busy, like at work, and then we come home and we're tired and we just don't feel like we have time for things. We can just kind of go through the motions of life, or, just kind of be almost like on autopilot. And this combination here is asking you to just get very present. Just try to be as present as you can. And I know sometimes that's difficult. But just to be present and know that as you set these intentions, that that life is supporting you and happening for you, rather than you just kind of going through the motions of life, like on to the next thing, and actually enjoying the journey of life. That's something you're being asked to do, especially too when you do go on this vacation, to really be present, be in the moment, enjoy yourself. Observe nature. If you're going somewhere with nature, just really observe nature and connect with nature, connect with your true nature of your higher self, your soul. Such really beautiful energy coming through with this. I think this trip is going to be really a turning point for you with a spiritual practice, or just really with understanding or knowing yourself on a deeper level. Yeah, I love that, Amber. I've been doing that so much as well. It's so good to do that. So we have here, keep trying an opportunity. And it's very funny because I have a house with steel siding on it. So it's metal siding. But way back in the day, before we lived here, this house used to have cedar siding. So I guess this house used to just be full of woodpecker holes before we, they remodeled and then we moved in and bought the place. But it's very funny that those woodpeckers to this day will still come, and it's only on my like long chimney part of my house. They will just peck and peck and peck on that. And of course it's god awfully loud because it just reverberates off that metal. And it's like they don't get the memo the first time. So they keep trying. But it's almost like this woodpecker is just trying to find the bug in the wood. Well, you're not going to find it on steel siding, but with here, keep trying. It's like, if there's something you've been trying to accomplish or manifest or do or create, whatever it is, this could be multiple things too, because they're showing me like a floodgate being opened. This could even just be you, shifting your life into a more spiritual direction, which I already know you're a very spiritual person. But what this is showing me is if at first that opportunity came around and you couldn't quite catch it or it didn't quite work out the way you wanted, there's going to be another one to come up. And if that one doesn't quite work out, there's going to be another. There's like unlimited amount of opportunities coming at you, to you, for you every single day. It's just being very present in the moment. That's how you're going to be able to grasp them or catch them as they float right on by. So that's where being present is going to be very important for you, to see the opportunities. And these don't just have to be like, business or career opportunities. I'm really seeing these as very subtle shifts, very subtle hints from spirit. Even something simple as a bee flying by and landing on a flower, and the fact that you were there to observe that and got to see the bee, like, go around all the pollen and gather the pollen in its little pollen bags on the back of its legs. Like, there's such a beauty in that. There's such a miracle in that. And most people would just walk by that flower, not even see the bee, barely even smell or see the flower, and just go about their day. But this is about you getting so present that you're noticing just all the subtleties of nature and life and reality. And it's almost like such a gift to you. And it just feels like life is one big unraveling miracle. Of course, yes, there's a lot of just horrendous things also happening in the world. But instead of you focusing on that, you're really tuning into the just subtle magic that's going on around us at any given moment. Yeah, that's exactly what you do secretly. Short prayers before eating, drinking, or any other daily activity. See, you're already on the path. So really, this is just you tuning in, maybe even just a little bit deeper onto what we were talking about with that. So let's see. Anything else Getaleka needs to know? We have here Echinacea with Destiny. We got that, and we got the number 30. So I don't know if that number is relevant to you, but you can always look up the angel number 30 and see if there's a message in that for you. But yeah, what's unfolding for you right now is your destiny. You're just getting one step closer to what you came to this planet to do. And it's very interesting because Spirit's laughing now and like, she's already doing it. Of course you are. Of course we all are already doing and living out part of our purpose. Because we don't just have one life purpose, one big life purpose. We have maybe one big life purpose and a whole, millions and millions of little life purposes as well. But you're just tuning more into your purposes, right? And then we have Mary Magdalene with Sacred Marriage. And I'm really reading this as that sacred union or sacred marriage within yourself, the true twin flame journey, or the most relevant twin flame journey that we are all on. We all have a twin flame of our divine masculine, divine feminine coming together. And that's been such a theme coming through in a lot of my readings is, everyone's always out there looking for their twin flame, like in another body. But you have this twin flame dynamic within your own body. We all do. And it is that union of the divine masculine, divine feminine within each of us. And when we can bring those two elements of us together, then we are whole. Then we feel more complete than when they are completely separate. Because when we are in spirit, our true identity, those energies are united within us. They're not separate. But when we incarnate a human body, it's separated. And that's why so many people feel lost or yearning for this place called home that is absolutely always with us. But a lot of times we can't have access to it, or we feel it's nowhere near us because the union of the divine feminine and masculine within us are not together. Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what that's speaking of. Yeah, so beautiful reading. Yeah, I would just say keep trying, because there's a lot of new opportunities for you to live your purpose and just experience the miracles of life and spirit in every waking breath. And just being really present in the moment is where you're going to catch the best glimpses of all of this magic at play in your life. And that trip that you're planning is really going to be a beneficial thing for you. All right, so I hope your message resonated. Fun stuff. I just feel like a kid again in this beautiful energy that you have coming in for you, these new opportunities, and just watching the bees touch the flowers, and it feels so good to me. So thanks again for your donation, Getaleka, and your beautiful energy, your beautiful light here in the live stream. It always just feels so good. All right. Oh, you did a proper healing session for this union. That's so cool, Amber. Yeah, it's a big wound for a lot of people. And that's why so many people have trouble like in intimate relationships or, like a romantic relationship, because we almost expect this partner to fill this role for us. But really, it's our permission. It's our responsibility to fill this role of divine masculine, feminine, union within ourselves, to feel whole and complete with ourselves, and not project that onto our partner. But like, it's just kind of how we're programmed, I guess, in society to, think that partners, you complete me, and, I'd be lost without you. Please don't ever leave. It's very codependent the way most, not all, most romantic relationships are set up from the get-go. just the way they're structured, and signing a legal contract to declare your love for someone, right? It's kind of funny if we really break down why we do what we do and the things we do as society. It's like, who signed up, who agreed to this, and now we're all agreeing to it without even wondering why we're agreeing to it. It's very interesting how we act as humans and how we interplay with everything. All right, it's now Amber's turn, and that is the last donation that I have. So unless we get another donation before we are done with Amber's question, that will be the last question of the live. So we're heading over. Here it is. A past life from Atlantis is coming up in bits. It has to do with the Emerald Tablets and Halls of Amenti. I feel I had some part in that timeline where Atlantis fell and these tablets were written. Could we find out more about it to clarify, please? Yes. Okay. So I'm going to get my, I think it's my Starseed Oracle. Let me grab it, because I know it has some really great cards to help us tune into that energy. Let's see. It might be this one. I'm pretty sure. If it's not, I'm taking it anyway. Okay. So, yes, the past life stuff is a super exciting hot topic over here, at least for me. And Jess is super excited and interested too. Okay. So let's tune in. Of course, I'm going to get tarot in the mix as well, but let's start with a card or two, because I'm already feeling that Atlantis vibe for you, tuning into that past life. So many starseeds, lightworkers, earth angels. I mean, Atlantis, to me, it wasn't just a city. It was like a whole continent. It was much bigger than we were told. And it wasn't just a drop in the bucket. Oh, it was like a 50-year thing. No, I mean, like thousands of years. There were incarnations on Atlantis for thousands of years, thousands and thousands and thousands of years. So there's this great timeline that I think so many of us, not that we know a lot about Atlantis, it's not even something that most historians say even exists, but so many of us know in our hearts it does, because we lived there probably for multiple incarnations. But let's tune into the one that Amber is intuitively connecting to. Wow, we have here Whale and Orca Elders, share your song, frequency of sound, and diving deep. And a lot of Lemurian starseeds came from Sirius, like directly from Sirius, but also some of the Atlantis starseeds as well. So I'm pretty sure this is pointing back to like the birth of Atlantis, or like very early civilizations on Atlantis before, it fell. But also they're showing me like the full circle moment of also having the lifetime where it was the lifetime where you probably lost your life during the fall or decided to disincarnate, whatever it was. Wow. And then we have deep cellular healing with Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. And I think the reason that this is all coming up for you right now is because you've done so much healing. This is really linked to your healing journey, is you're still like feeling very, like, I don't know if attached is the right word, but very connected to those lives on Atlantis, because there might even be soul aspects or soul fragments that you have left in that lifetime that you want them to come back home to you. And that can be kind of sometimes a tricky thing to get, soul fractals of ourselves back. But it is such worthwhile work and healing to help us feel more whole and complete. Let's just see if we can get any specifics about that life. Yeah, Earth, learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. And you're not alone. Isolation, physical connection, and community. Yeah, especially on the healing journey that you've been on. Yes, you've got, the live stream here and your healer cousin person and, whoever else that you hang out with or associate with that I don't even know about. But on that deep, deep level, you might feel a lot of aloneness, a lot of isolation, feeling like you're doing it all on your own. And again, going back to the twin dynamic, the union of divine feminine, divine masculine. I know these are both, feminine depicted twins here, but, twin energy is like a hot topic, and I'm really seeing this as that, union of divine masculine, divine feminine, because they're showing me you on, like at the later timeline of Atlantis, toward the fall of Atlantis, they're showing me a feminine energy with this. And there was a lot of corruption going on, and you were very against a lot of what was going on. Yes, it was like heartbreaking to see so many people turn a blind eye to things that should not be happening. In that more fifth dimensional frequency that Atlantis was at the time, existence was a lot purer and a lot more beautiful. And then as the 3D started to come in and infiltrate and then eventually take over, it was heartbreaking to see the fall of such a beautiful, vibrational continent, city, whatever you want to call it. Because there was a lot of spiritual work and a lot of healing, a lot of sound frequency that was like technology that was taken away, that was stolen, that was suppressed. And they're showing me, no one else except the live stream and my healer. Okay. But they're showing me that in this life that we're tuning into, that female life, you were a healer, and you did do a lot of healing with like your voice. Like you would do this singing, and you were not like a water being, but you had deep ties and connections to the dolphins, to the orcas as well. And they show me the humpback whale as well, which I think that's what this one is here. And like you would just send out this call, and it's like they could hear it and they would come. They're showing me all these whales like out in the water, like in this like almost geometric like shape, like a circle and then yet another like interconnected circles, like this, like making a whole like geometric like flower of life kind of thing. And all the sound, you would have all these people come down. And it's very interesting because they're showing me as like things are falling from 5D to 3D, people start getting illness, people start getting sick, their bodies start having ailments and stuff. And that's where you discover all these healing. You already knew a lot of this healing stuff, but there's such a connection to in this life, and of course earlier lives in Atlantis and this life and other past lives, like it's all coming full circle, that there is this need in every lifetime for you to dive deep and do a lot of healing, a lot of purging, because that in turn you can turn around and then help others heal, because you yourself are a healer. In like every life you're in, you're a healer. Yeah, high priestess. Yes, absolutely, you were a high priestess, a healer, shaman, whatever you want to call it, but absolutely. And your name in current life means rain and water. Oh, I love that. Yeah, there's a lot of that here as well. Wow, lots of watery energy. So yeah, it was very devastating for you to see the fall of such lovely, vibration of the planet. Let's see anything she needs to know, bridging the gap from that life to this life. What does she need to know? Yeah, you're meant to communicate about this. You're meant to be involved, even if that's just online, if you're not comfortable doing it in person, in some sort of community or healing endeavor. But not just you taking part in healing with other people, but you also conducting some sort of healing, because you know how to do it. You have this innate wisdom with healing. Yeah. Literally claiming your throne, stepping into your sovereignty and your power to know that you are just this really just absolutely masterful soul that's having this human experience that feels very heavy and dark and sad at times. But there's so much light you have access to, and maybe even just literally setting the intention to bring on more light. But sometimes at that time, what happens is when we bring more light on, all that stuff from the the dark depths comes up to be released or let go of, so we can embody more light. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. When we want to embody more of our light, that means we got to face our shit, right? And I don't usually swear on here, but like the spirit's getting real tonight. It's like, yes, we got to face it. We got to, yeah. And yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun at all. How to unlock this wisdom. Let's see if we can get any clarity on how Amber can unlock. Ooh, that one flew. Wouldn't you believe it? Yes. Just know that you don't have to unlock anything. It is unlocked. It's just remembering and embodying who you are on a soul level, which I know we think we are just these meat suits running around, and yeah, we have these intuitions that we're probably so much more than that, but on like a deep level, a lot of times we don't believe it because we don't believe in our own worth. We think, we have to prove ourselves to get love or notoriety or money or, whatever it is, when in reality, this is such an abundant universe. Of course, the systems in place make it feel not so abundant and not so supportive, but it's just us, flipping the script on everything. We're the change that we want to see in the world. We're the ones here. And yes, and a lot of times, I was telling my mom this. She was here last weekend. That's why I wasn't live on Friday. We had a birthday party for my youngest son, but I was telling my mom, because she's going through a really hard time being, almost, well, it's over 3 years, 3.5 years in that camper. And, just wanting and yearning for a home that she can call her own. I mean, I can empathize because when I was 13, that same house burned down and we were living in a camper with 4 people and 3 dogs, and it was a lot. And come that summer, my sister and I just literally lived in the car. We're like, I'm just done with the camper. I need a little bit more space to myself. And my sister and I just moved into the car. But I don't like having to go through those things. But here's what Spirit's trying to get me to get to the point of is, if we had everything we could have imagined and our lives were perfect or as close to perfect as they can be, and everything was, just amazing, and we didn't have to heal, and, things were great, we probably wouldn't go after or, try to manifest that, wisdom and that destiny, because we'd just be so complacent and distracted and just content with what's going on that we wouldn't be motivated to get out of the situation we are currently in that feels nasty and doesn't resonate with us, but here we are, right? So it's in these really pressure cooker times that really do, get us out there where the rubber meets the road and make us really live. And, there is this element of suffering almost as we have to writhe in pain of the healing and just the wounds that we go through, not just even in this lifetime, but from past lifetimes. We'll drag that stuff around, and it's very heavy and it's not fun. But at the same time, it's by design to help us get this place, up to par, basically. And yeah, those lost feelings, those confused feelings, they do not feel good. And I'll be the first one to tell you, it's not fun to be in it at all. And when I know that I'm not in it, but other people, hi Kashmi. But when other people are going through it, I just want to give them the biggest hug and tell them that this too shall pass. And before you know it, hopefully sooner than later, things will be looking up again. And it is kind of that wheel energy of, you got your ups, you got your downs. And even those really good times don't last forever, but neither do the bad things. And that's why we kind of go in cycles, that if it was just all bad all the time, of course, so many beautiful souls, they can't hack it. They check out. They either manifest some disease and then their body withers away and they die, or they do other things that they probably shouldn't. I don't know. I don't want Kashmi to hear these things, but some souls just can't handle this and they check out, basically. But those really strong souls, they sign up for a lot. That buffet I'm always talking about. Oh, let's do a divorce. Oh, let's have this person die. Oh, let's have this happen. Ooh, yay, this will be fun. And then our human selves are like, what the heck happened? What are we doing? But on a soul level, we're like, yeah, we're getting that done. We're doing this. We're trying that. So it's about seeing things from that higher perspective, to realize there's no lock that needs, no wisdom that needs to be unlocked. I know it doesn't feel that way because we're like, how can I get to that next level? As humans, we're such hierarchical thinkers because that's kind of how we're programmed or conditioned. Like, okay, this step will lead me to this thing, then this, right? Oh no, she isn't. Okay, good. But have been feeling like checking out lately. I know, and it's so hard. It is so hard. Let's just see if we can get any wisdom before we close out for Amber? Just anything she needs to know to help her through these trying times. This one and this one want to come out. Okay, so we have here transformation and magnetism through gratitude. So yes, when we're feeling dark and dreary, it's so easy for us to fixate on how dark and dreary we feel. So there's a fine line between what I'm trying to say here is when we're dark and dreary, sometimes it's just needed to feel the dark and dreary, allow it to pass through us and flow. And literally envisioning those feelings, those thoughts, those, wounds, whatever it is that we're going through, envisioning us feeling them and then letting them go, feeling them and then letting them go as many times as we need until we feel something's shifted, something's changed. Because we have the transformation card here. But the more you can focus on, and again, fine line between spiritually bypassing, like, la, 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 nothing's going wrong. My life is perfect. My life is amazing. No, 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 no. That's not realistic either. There's a fine line between just being in the depths and the despair. Yes, allowing it to flow through and go through and then elevate yourself. But then there's that fine line between, la, 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 it doesn't exist, spiritual bypassing. But when we can focus more on the things we do want to experience, the things that do bring us joy, the things that do light us up, that can help bring us out of that, heavier energy. But again, it's going to continue to persist until it's healed. And I know you've been doing a lot of healing work. So it's not to say that your work isn't working or you didn't do enough, because I believe you have done enough and you've done a lot. It's just, I think you probably and many others have signed up for so much healing because, like that phoenix rising from the ashes, sometimes we have to burn our whole lives down to then rise up again and become what we were truly meant to be the first time around that we couldn't quite reach. And then everything fell apart. And then now we're reconstructing ourselves from the inside out. And we'll do more. Yesterday I was listening to a song on a guru and saw myself with angels in front of source singing. Aw, see, that's so beautiful. And sometimes we kind of do have to, at times fake it till we make it to get through that. But again, fine line between faking it till we make it and spiritually bypassing because we're just sick of the same old and we want something better. But sometimes that's just observing and almost being like a third party or a narrator to our own life and our own thoughts. And just be like, wow, Amber's feeling mad right now. And Lori Ladd was talking about this on her deal the other day. She's just like, Lori's feeling a little upset right now. And it's not that she's just observing and not attaching to it at all. She's feeling the feelings Lori's feeling, but she's not attaching to them, if that makes sense. Like, Lori's excited right now. Lori's mad right now, whatever it is. And yes, sometimes we almost feel crazy that we got to play all these games and do all these things, jump through all these hoops just to feel okay in a day. And yeah, the spiritual path is definitely not for the weary or the weak at all. But going back to that past life, I think so much of what you're going through in this life is almost like, because I keep hearing like, what's the point? What's the point? Why did I sign up for all this? And what's the point with this? And what's the point with that? If it's all, going to fail anyway, or if this isn't going to work anyway, like what's the point? But the point is just coming here and giving it a shot. That is the point. And doing as much as you can. Yeah, you feel this anger in me, like Kali energy ready to burn down everything. Yeah. And sometimes, we got to get to that point in our lives. And that's when things can really change. She's that destructive energy, but also from that destructive energy comes that rebirth as well. Because sometimes, you're one of those souls that just feels that, things aren't right here. It's not right to feel this way all the time. It's not right that this is happening. Not right that that's happening. And a lot of times we think, I want to change it, but I don't know even the first step to take to start to change it. And, to change everything out there, the first step we take is I won't even say change ourselves, because it's not like we're changing who we actually are. We're just shifting out of those layers and layers and layers of the false construct of who we think we are, right? To get to the truth of, our higher self or our soul, like who we actually are. Oh, Michelle has donated for one more. All right, so we'll get into that. But yeah, Amber, I was just say, hold on and do the best you can in every moment. The book, The 4 Agreements, If you have not read that one yet, that is such an eye-opener, such a game changer. I read that the first time when I was in a really big dark night of the soul, like a 3-year dark night of the soul. And it really shifted things for me. I'm not giving all credit to the book, but like it really helped me see things in a different perspective. And if it is a book you've already read, I think now, anytime, would be a perfect time to read it again, because the second time I read it, it was just like mind blowing how much deeper of a message I got from it the second time around. It's called The Four Agreements. The Four Agreements. And it's by Don Miguel Ruiz. Yes. And it's such wisdom. It should be it's your 3rd year ending. Wow. Yeah, that's a long dark night of the soul. Yeah, that's very difficult. But yeah, that book is it just really puts you in a different perspective of, instead of feeling like, my life's a mess, I'm suffering and this and that, and it just really helps you feel more in control with realizing that you're not in control of your life, which I know is like, but the more we try to control things or shift things or change things, a lot of times it's almost like because we're resisting what is. And I know when we're in the thick of that dark night of the soul, of course we want to resist what that is. It's not fun, and it's not a good time for anybody. But my heart does go out to you, Amber, because that is not fun for anyone at all. So big hugs. I hope this passes soon, that you can really get into just a better headspace so that you do feel more in, at least in charge of the direction things are going for you, for sure. So, all right, big hugs. Thanks again for your donation. And Michelle Lynn is next for her 1-card pull. And then I think that's going to be it. So we're rounding up almost to 2 hours now on our live, and I feel like that's a good place to leave it right there. Okay, she's curious about the Knight of Pentacles card you pulled when you mentioned I could meet someone online. Will they find me, or will I reach out to them? I'm just so curious who this is. Okay, let's find out what's going on with this Knight of Pentacles energy for Michelle. What does she need to know about this person? Ooh, we got the Chariot. So to me, this person does feel at a distance. So this definitely is most likely, now my nose is itching again. So there's an element of like luck and good karma coming in. I'm feeling it. So this might be someone you meet online. That's clarification on that. So success, you will meet this person. You will cross paths with this person. Again, probably online. And they may even be a Cancer. So Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, other prominent placements within Cancer. And you might even eventually travel to meet this person. Again, it's very interesting that it's a deck full of females, and some of them are more androgynous, but this is a very androgynous looking female as well. So again, this could be a male, this could be a female. They're not really revealing who they are, but let's see what business you have with them. Of course, we already picked up you were feeling inspired by them. But let's see what other business you have with them, or, what's the purpose of this relationship? Ooh, you're learning something from this person. Again, they're kind of showing me like some sort of teacher or like mentor type of person. But again, this is a masculine card traditionally. So I am now leaning more into the masculine energy of this. So this could be someone with a platform, or just someone you feel very inspired by. Let's see if love is a potential here. Could this be a potential love interest for Michelle? Or is this just more of a, mentor-mentee kind of relationship? Well, we have a 9 of Swords. So there is like, to me, I know 3 of Swords is more heartbreak, but I'm feeling a very heartbreaking energy with this. But again, I'm not seeing this as you to them or them to you. This is like past energy. Yeah, the like progression. So this could even be someone who's gone through a really nasty divorce or breakup. Let's see what they mean to each other. Could this be love for this Knight of Swords and Michelle? Well, again, with the Patience, time will tell. So because this feels so amorphous at this point, because you haven't met this person yet, we're not sure where the energy is going. But whatever happens, it's like you feel like you're in control of, as in control as we can be, of the direction this relationship is. So if this is something you want to be platonic, it'll remain platonic. If this is something you want to develop into something more romantic, it feels to me like you're kind of in the lead here, guiding this relationship to whatever it needs to be. But because you haven't met this person yet, and there's multiple timelines, they're like this, they're stretching out like this accordion. And it's like, how the accordions kind of go like this, like in and out like that. That there's multiple potentials for what this relationship could develop into. In one timeline, you just see this person online, they're very inspiring. If they're a content creator or something, you're just observing the content, and that's, you're inspired in that way. Another timeline, you're reaching out to them or leave a comment, and then you get a dialogue going and you become actual friends, and then you meet this person in real life. Another dialogue or another timeline could be that you do create these romantic feelings. What is the most likely scenario? Because I think all this has done is create more questions for you than answers. All right. Very funny. So it's like, let's be dualistic. So this is about not, being in your head, or just, ego, usually like negative ego, like as far as, well, I'm not good enough, this person will never like me. But we have the sun here. So there's such an enlightenment around this connection that when the time is right, you will know what you need to know. And Jessa, that's something you say, like, when I need to know, the answer will come to me. When I need to know something, that information will come. Yeah, so many questions. Let's just see anything else we can gather from this person's energy, or anything we need to know about this connection for Michelle and this person. Nourish the shadow. So this could be someone with a spiritual platform, or someone with, they talk about the shadow or overcoming like those darker parts of ourselves. Like, this could even be someone, they like show me like a weightlifter type of person. That's like, starve your bad habits and feed your good habits kind of thing, where they're very motivational in the way that they, reshape your day-to-day routine and things like that. Let's get one more. This one card reads getting expanded, but I just want one more. Anything else Michelle needs to know about this person? Well, there's the Knight of Cups this time. So there's an emotional connection. So to me, this feels like this is someone you're actually communicating back and forth with. This isn't just, so I think we've surpassed that timeline of just quite possibly this being a content creator online. This could be, like you say, a future trainer that you're reaching out to. You saw their, the website or whatever, and you book this trainer online, and then you meet in person. You travel to where they are, if it's downtown or wherever, and you meet up with them, and you form a rapport, you form a connection. Whether that remains platonic or becomes something more remains to be seen, since it hasn't happened yet. But yeah, I really do see this as quite possibly a physical trainer, like a what do they call them? Is it a physical trainer? I don't even know. Personal trainer, physical trainer. Oh my gosh. Yeah, personal trainer. And it's weird because when I put that away, where was it? There it is. This was on the back of the deck. Healing. So overcoming maybe your injury with your back injury and getting back out there. Yeah, quite possibly a potential. Interesting. You got me intrigued. I want to know more about this person now. As the cards fall down. All right, let me put these away. But I hope that did something for you. I think it really just raised more questions than anything. Oh, we opened a nice little can of worms over here is what we did. But in a good way. I think in a good way. So, yeah. But there's a new like connection coming in. Yeah, look. Physically. So you're physically going to meet this person like in reality, not just online. You might hear about them online though, because the healer card, the Six of Swords was on the back of the deck, but that's also my internet card. And then, the Chariot, I felt they were at a distance, but also to me, Chariot could also represent like the World Wide Web. Yeah. Time will tell, and I will let it play out. Yeah, we would love to hear if you figure anything out about it. All right, you guys, I think I'm gonna go relax with my husband, hang out, and get a good night's sleep. My dog was up a couple times in the night, just wanting out, and then he was barking and wouldn't come back upstairs. So that was a treat. So I'm gonna try to get some good sleep tonight. I hope you all enjoy the full moon. Sometimes that energy can mess with our sleep cycle as well. So I'm hoping tonight will be a weird kind of one off where I'm actually going to get some sleep. Yes, Jessa, I will see you in the morning at 10:30 my time. Was it 9:30 your time? Yes. And then, yeah. And then after yours, I have, well, is it 1 my time? No, it's noon my time. I'm got a Zoom with Jesse. So I got 2 Zooms booked tomorrow, which I'm excited for. It's been a minute since I've had a Zoom that wasn't Patreon, which I love my Patreon Zooms too. But yes, I'm excited. All right, Amber, have a wonderful night. Michelle Lynn, Jessa, anyone else who's still here that I didn't say, and everyone who was here earlier, I hope you have a beautiful evening. Enjoy, or, steer clear if you can of those full moon energies, whatever's going on with that. But yeah, just know things are never going to just remain the same. So if you're feeling really low, that's going to pass and things are going to look up. If you're already looking up, just know that's going to pass and things are going to look down. No, I'm just kidding. But kind of, no. Everything's a cycle. No one can be on top forever. There's always a cycle to it. So my candle is still going. Oh my goodness. That is interesting. I thought that thing would have burned out a while back, but it's still going. A little tea candle in my owl I got at a secondhand store. The Senior Citizens Thrift Store. Senior Center. The Senior Citizens Center Thrift Store. That's a mouthful. It's only like $4. It was so cute. Little owl with a leaf kind of modality thingy. Not modality. Mandala. That's the word I'm looking for. Amy Lynn, you have a great night as well. Okay, see, I'm doing it. I'm like backing toward the door, and then I start coming back to the table. I gotta stop doing that. You guys are too fun to hang out with. That's why I do it. But I love each and every one of you. I hope you have a wonderful evening. If you're bored and want to check out Harmony Portal Tarot for some daily messages and pick a card readings, I can hook you up over there. It is linked in the description below. And Friday, I have my 2023 prediction, pick a card, in-depth prediction for the year ahead, coming on Harmony Portal Tarot on Friday at 8 a.m. Mountain Time. And then I will be live here 11 a.m. Mountain Time on Friday. So I will catch you then. Have a beautiful full moon night and day and week ahead. I love you guys and have a blessed everything. All right, guys, here I go. Oh, lives coming up on Patreon. Next week we do, I got to nail down the date with Jessa. Probably we'll maybe talk about that after her reading tomorrow. Because she's going to be doing a crystal little presentation kind of thing. And we'll be answering questions and giving suggestions for crystals for each person that's there. Because she's got this really cool gift where she just knows what crystals someone needs. It's cool. But I'm going to let her talk more about that on Patreon. And then we're going to be doing our Reclaiming Your Personal Power Healing Circle probably the week after that. But maybe before Christmas, maybe after, I'm not sure, but I don't want it to be too close to Christmas or New Year's because I don't want to interfere with anyone's holiday, and I want, everybody that wants to go to be able to go. So I might put up a poll to see what days and times work best for you guys. So that's what we're going to do. Yeah. Wednesday we could, if it's during the day, just because normally I do have this live stream at night, and yeah, but Wednesday, if everyone's game to do it during the day, we could totally do that. But yeah, you guys have a wonderful everything that I already said, and I love you. And yeah, stay tuned, Amber, over on Patreon, and we'll do a poll. We'll figure it all out. Oh, he's coming from Singapore for 3 weeks, but then that's okay. Yeah. When does he come? When does he arrive? Because I'm thinking, well, we're definitely going to probably do Jess's deal in the evening, because I know she works during the day. I do too, but my schedule's pretty flexible that if I need to film one day, I can film and move things, editing time, I can move it as long as I don't have any Zoom readings booked. which I actually have a couple booked up this week and next week. So I'm like, whoa, people are booking again. I'm excited. Oh, he lands on the 19th night. Okay, so the crystal thing will definitely happen before that. So you'll at least get to participate in that. And then of course the healing session, that's something you can watch anytime. So you don't even need to be there for that one, but it's always fun to be there, right? I love to see you guys there. But yeah, so we'll figure all that out, and yeah. So you all have a wonderful evening, and I will catch you on Friday if you're here, or over on Patreon, or over on Harmony Portal Tarot, linked in the description below. All right, you guys. Bye.